easy.
I got chip in my teeth.
Remember when you got chip in your teeth the other day? And then we went somewhere and you were like, now, don't mention any chips in my teeth. Or me struggling to get the chip out of my teeth. Remember that happened?
You know, if you ever eat a potato chip and then it like gets stuck in the grooves of your teeth and you're like, I got chip in my teeth.
It is satisfying getting it out, though.
I have, as you know, water pick. So I just spray it.
Yeah, I know. Because our mutual dentist, who I found and now you go to, said to me like, oh, well, I believe your wife has a water pick. Maybe you can use hers sometimes to clean your teeth. And then I asked you about it, and you were like, absolutely not.
Yeah, you know who told me to get a water pick?
Who?
Brett Hundley.
Oh, really?
A former cow chop.
Uh-huh. Yeah?
Yeah.
What did it come up organically in conversation, or?
I had been telling him, I think I told him that I had a cavity or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said I should get a water pick.
If I had said, Elise, I think you need a water pick, would you have immediately gone out and got a water pick?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah, absolutely.
You sure? You sure about that?
100%.
You sure about that? Remember when I said you should get a shaker bottle because you've been drinking protein?
I use
more,
yours, and
then
use
you're
yours.
like, I'll just use yours. I go.
You have a problem with me using your shaker
And then it plays
bottles?
royalty-free music, like vaudevillian music, like Curb Your Enthusiasm.
You have a problem with me using your sugar bottles?
No, but I think you could get your own that has things you like on it, like Sailor Moon.
John is here. Hey, John.
John's here. People are saying there's something wrong with the thumbnail. I don't think so. I mean, generally what we do is we just normally like take a little screenshot of the webcam beforehand and then I just throw it up. So maybe it's on your guys' end. Hi, everybody. It's Monday.
Sorry we didn't stream Saturday or Sunday. Honestly, I just wasn't feeling like doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's been a long week.
Yeah.
It's been a long week, and we haven't had to deal with really anything.
What do you mean we haven't had to deal with anything?
Well, there's a ton of stuff happening in Los Angeles right now, and we haven't had to directly, truly deal with some of the repercussions that a lot of other people are dealing with.
Yeah, we didn't have to evacuate our home.
Yeah.
Just a lot of smoke and bad air quality.
We just had to wake up every couple hours to make sure
there wasn't a fire near you. Yeah.
But yeah, so it's been a stressful week in Los Angeles, that's for sure.
We pinned a donation link there. I think everybody's getting really overwhelmed by donations right now, though.
That's a good like being exposed to donations.
I think there's a lot of places to donate, and that's great.
Oh, yeah.
But I think maybe everybody's getting a little overwhelmed by the selection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I just linked to like a donation resource. We're not doing any I know other people have done like very specific fundraising, and maybe that's something that'll happen later. But right now, I was just like, here's the thing. Like, if you're like, hey, I don't know how to, I would like to help, but I'm not sure how. Rather than us directing you, click the link and then you can like read, and then it'll just give you a bunch of options to choose what the best one is. But yeah.
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 I don't have a list of prepared subjects to discuss for
great.
this.
Well, then we're going to have nothing to talk about. Well, we still have that escape game that we have to play.
And we watched The Bone Collector.
Actually, we could talk about a couple things, because we watched The Bone Collector.
We watched a double feature of The Bone Collector and Taking Lives. The commonality being Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
And they're both mysteries in a sense.
Well, we were trying to come up with the name of the genre, because, like, they're dramas, but they're not that dramatic, and then they're thrillers, but they're not that thrilling. But they're somewhere in between. So we were watching with our friend Beth, and we were trying to come up with either thrama or a driller.
Yeah, because we watch a very specific type of movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if someone has a better idea for what that type of movie would be. Like, it all started because I think you guys watched Identity together.
Yeah.
So, it's like, I don't know. There was a period in the 90s and early 2000s where this was like, everything was trying to be Seven or Silence of the Lambs, but not as good as.
Seven basically came out, and then The Bone Collector was sort of reactionary to that.
Yeah.
was kind of a studio directive of we want to make our version
want
of
a
7.
7.
We want a 7.
Yeah. Everyone wants a 7.
Yeah.
It's 7 it is not. I have some thoughts on it for sure.
I will say on Rotten Tomatoes, Taking Lives is higher rated aggregate score-wise than The Bone Collector.
Mm-hmm.
I personally would find The Bone Collector more rewatchable. There's just something about, maybe because The Bone Collector is slightly older, it's from like the perfect late 90s era, that I find it more appealing than Taking Lives, which I think is like 2004.
Yeah.
And there's something about Denzel in that movie that he's just chewing it up. And I said this to you guys when we watched, but I feel like there was definitely, once Denzel was cast, there was a Denzel rewrite.
There were clearly a couple rewrites. You can see the Denzel rewrite, then there's the Angelina Jolie rewrite, and then there's the final rewrite after a studio executive got his hands on it.
Yeah, because Denzel, every line is a quip, every line's a retort.
Yeah.
He's chewing it up.
Yeah.
James, there's a discussion in chat here. There's a controversy that you're actually just wearing a bodysuit.
Just
and you're not,
all my life?
and you're not as muscular as you purport to be.
I think you would know. I think people would know that. I post plenty of shirtless content that I feel like if that were the case, someone would be able to find the seams or the what have you, you know. So I don't think that that's the case. Back to what you're saying about Bone Collector. I could see why the reviews for it are worse, because I think it is a worse movie. But that makes it, I think, more watchable, which is, in my opinion, a secondary bracket. You know? Think of a reviewer's watching something, they should be like, listen, this movie's a 2. This movie's a 2 out of 5 or something like that. But it has some things in it. Madam Web is a terrible movie. One of the worst I saw last year. So I'm not going to give it credit for the fact that it is hilarious, you know?
Yeah.
It's inadvertent.
It's good bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's bad that's just boring. And I don't like bad that's just boring.
Yeah.
And that's a little bit of my hesitation with watching Craven.
Yeah, that's what I've heard about Craven, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard about Craven. People can only cite one scene in the whole movie that's like, oh, that's funny because it's so weird.
Yeah.
When the rhino hisses or whatever. Yeah, basically. But yeah. We also watched Juror Number 2. A more recent movie.
Juror Number 2. Clint Eastwood.
Yep.
It's,
Go ahead.
I don't really have much to say about Juror Number 2, but I think that's indicative of the content.
Yeah.
It's a really weird movie. Not in a weird Madam Web way, but in a weird where there are certain scenes where it feels like it could be a TV procedural.
Yeah.
Based on the acting and the quality of it.
My big takeaway was it felt like whoever wrote the movie, and I don't know who they are, and maybe I'm completely off base on this, but it felt like whoever wrote the movie has never been on a jury, nor did they do much research into what a jury's job actually is. They may not have been in a courtroom.
There are definitely inconsistencies with what is actually reality and realistically done in the justice system or might happen in that movie.
But also just like people's like vibe. I've been on a jury before where we had to deliberate and give a verdict. And like the convictions that the people in this jury room, the deliberation room have just don't make any sense. They don't make any sense. And so I think that was my biggest issue with it, was just the nonsense aspect of it. And then at the end, by the end of the movie, I just went, what was the point of all that? Like, why did we watch all that?
Can I show you all a trailer for a game that I just played?
Is that me?
Yeah, you too.
Well, but I'm saying, you want me to pull it up?
Oh, sure. It's called Thank Goodness You're Here.
Oh, yes. Oh, they know they're indie darlings. And then after that, can I show you the trailer for My Shiranui in Street Fighter 5?
Sure.
We don't actually have to. Which one?
I guess
trailer?
the launch trailer, yeah.
All right, hold on. Hold on a second.
I really, really enjoyed this game. It's like Monty Python-esque humor. It's just so weird and absurd, but it was a great, maybe 3-hour game.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Berry voices a character in it.
Oh,
It was a blast.
See if we can. Hold on, we're testing it out. Folks. Do they need to hear it?
I don't know. Probably not.
Okay, well then we'll watch it. We'll just watch it then. The captions on for you.
Like, genuinely funny.
Yeah.
And excellent writing and just bonkers.
Is this the game where they like actually went around like a small town and they got like the actual people in that town to do some voice acting for it?
I don't know, but that would be pretty excellent.
Maybe I heard that or somewhere where there was like certain things where they were like, oh yeah, we got this thing. What was special about this game to you?
The writing. And it's just nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
It's just complete and utter nonsense, but packaged in a way that it all works. And
what kind of game is it?
It's organized nonsense. You play as that little guy, and you're going around and you're just doing tasks for people, but the tasks are stupid. Like this one, you're just punching these little fishes in this ice tray, and then they spit out cigarettes. It's nonsense.
Yemmer says it's violently British.
Yes.
Would you agree?
I would say that is very, very astute. It is violently British.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. You definitely need to play this with the subtitles on.
Hey, mind giving me your Steam login so I can play the game?
You're already on my family account.
Give me one. I want to play it on your account, delete your save file, and then play over yours.
We played through all of Typing of the Dead last night.
We did.
Which...
on an actual Dreamcast, which is an actual Dreamcast keyboard.
James and I used to go to this arcade in Little Tokyo here in Los Angeles called Japan Arcade, and they had Typing of the Dead there, but it was with these keyboards that they were so worn down, they had keys missing all over them, and the game was also, because it was Japan Arcade, and which was this very old, I thought you were going to look up Japan Arcade.
Oh, I don't know.
Go Japan Arcade first, because that's what we're talking about.
Okay.
Los Angeles.
Nope.
There's got to be somebody. Someone must have filmed this, no?
No.
Oh, Japan Arcade, downtown Little Tokyo, right there, 11 years ago. From Julia.
Yep,
yeah, this is
place.
it. And so it was a bunch of all these old school Japanese arcade machines.
Mm-hmm. Taiko Drum Master.
There
it was.
We just passed it. So we used to play it all the time.
Yeah, right back here. It looks like it's in a different spot than it used to be, but yeah, it's an arcade console which has the keyboards on the whole thing. But yeah, keys were missing, and it was the Japanese version.
Yes.
So you'd be writing English characters, but you wouldn't know what they were. Because they would be, I guess, the phonetic translation of whatever the Japanese is.
And then when you get to the Hydra boss, it starts to ask you questions.
Yeah, that's as far as we ever got.
And so we couldn't answer the questions properly for lack of not speaking Japanese.
Yeah. So. But yeah, we go to this arcade all the time.
This arcade was great.
Play little Taiko Drum Master. There it is.
Yep.
Typing of the Dead.
Keyboard looks pretty good.
That one looks.
What I remember.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Let's see. Looks like all the keys are there. This one looks okay.
Little degradation there.
Yeah.
Beneath the arrow keys.
But the big thing is you couldn't tell what the heck you were typing.
No.
That's what you didn't. You
But
just
I
were
loved
writing
it.
everything.
Played it every time we went.
But.
And then our friends got it on the Dreamcast in English. So we played all of it yesterday. And so it was pretty monumental getting past the Hydra, which we had never passed before.
There's something really satisfying about playing old arcade games because, like, tons of arcade games, like, I've seen the first, 2 levels, but that's when I run out of quarters. So playing through, the whole game. And when you get to the Coliseum, you're, typing whole paragraphs, and it's, weird nonsense.
It's pretty funny.
It's like a story about someone. It's like, oh, so-and-so's dad is a plastic surgeon. he thinks his wife needs to get plastic surgery. Like there's like
Yeah.
all this stuff. She isn't sure about it and all this. And it was just like, we're like, what is this nonsense? Or it was like frilly underwear, or one was weights and dumbbells or something. Like it just was nonsense phrases and stuff.
But great.
But great.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Also, with those arcade games, when we were kids, they seemed so insurmountable, but now you can play them in 90 minutes.
Less than 90 minutes. Most arcade games are like all in, they're like probably like 25 minutes long or something. With the exception of Batman Forever, the arcade beat 'em up. Because I played that recently and had an unlimited number of quarters. And
You and Dan.
Dan and I played through the whole thing, and we were just blown away by how long it was. It
I
took
was
us
like,
50
where
minutes.
is he? I haven't seen James in so long, and it's because you were on the Batman Forever arcade game.
And it's wild too. Like it's crazy. It's a nonsense. There's so much happening on screen at all times. It took us probably 30 minutes to figure out like what was actually like this. We didn't. What's happening here? You also get all these pickups, and you can level up your character as you're fighting. So like we'd just be doing something, and then at some point someone would just like explode. Like Batman will just pop and then explode, and then we'd be like, what is that? So you can flash. I was playing as Robin, and you'd be able to do this like spinning kick thing forever.
Yeah, he's a gymnast.
I know, but like you just catch a boss and you just spin forever, and we didn't know where. Also, it has all our favorite characters, including Nick, Blade, and Flex. This is wild. But anyway, so we did this for 50 minutes.
Which one's Nick? Which one's Blade? And which one's Flex?
Don't know.
Oh.
Don't know. There are a lot of original creations. Oh, there he goes. So this has happened like every 15 seconds. And we didn't know what it meant. Turns out it's just him leveling up. So now you have access to a couple new moves.
Everyone's really upset about the thumbnail.
What thumbnail? I just took a picture. This is a screenshot.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I mean, you saw me take it.
Yeah, I sat here with you.
I put like maybe a little, maybe put like a little
Did
color
you
correction
put a filter
on
on it?
Maybe just a little color correction. You do a vignette to make it pop. So I maybe put a little vignette on it, but that's about it. But yeah.
If you don't live in Los Angeles, you might not be aware, but there's this app called Watch Duty, which soared in popularity, surged because of the fires, because you can see, all the fires and their activity and get information on them. And I think like 600,000 people or something got this app within 48 hours of the fires starting and whatever. But it is the kind of thing where I cannot wait to get rid of this app. Because getting rid of the app will mean
it means that
somewhat semblance of normalcy.
Yeah. But this is an app that is always, its whole sole job is to notify you of fires around your area.
Yeah.
Within your area. So like, it's very active now, but it would also be active later, like even if it's a small fire.
Yeah.
Not like a massive
And you can
thing.
see the containment levels of the fires and links out to press conferences and stuff. It is one of those things where obviously like we packed bags in case we needed to leave our home.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the kind of thing where when am I going to unpack that bag? Like when am I going to feel comfortable saying these winds aren't going to start again? Unpack the bag. Who knows?
Yeah.
Better Man's not doing so great at the box office.
Did people expect it to do? The thing is, when I saw it, I went, I love that movie. That was great. Who is that for other than me? My issue that I take with it is all the people that feel like they couldn't possibly watch this movie without knowing who the guy is. You know?
I mean, most people do want to watch a biopic because they have some interest in the subject. I think that people are so confused because they don't understand that it's a biopic about someone where they're portrayed by an ape.
But
they're real confused.
But the same people that are like, who is this person? Are like, why is he an ape? And I go, it's probably because you don't know who he is.
Maybe.
So there's a chance if you don't have a relationship with Robbie Williams, you might see a small chimp and think, oh, I hope things work out for this chimp. So I don't know. I think people are really it's weird because it's kind of like the bad marketing thing. You know, they always say any marketing is good marketing. I don't know if that's true. This is like the thing where people are talking about it. Same like Madame Web or Morbius. People were talking about it, and then like marketing teams thought that was good. But what it actually meant was people were talking about it, making content about it, but not actually spending any money on it.
People are surprised when they learn that it's Robbie Williams' biopic.
But yeah, it's interesting though. But several people, because I've skeeted about it, several people are like, hey, I didn't know anything about this and I really enjoyed it.
That's good.
I don't know anything about this guy and I thought this movie was really fun.
There's lots of chatter, people playing the Power Rangers game and really Rita's Rewind and really loving it. And you do 2 voices in it. 2 and some more.
I would say I do 4 voices in it, but 2 that are pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you're having a good time. It's really fun. It's really fun. Also, the crazy thing, like, again, I talked about it so much. Everyone's tired of hearing me talking about it. But, like, it's a really small team. And so, like, I know when it came out, people were like, this game is really fun. I wish it was, like, a little bit faster. Or I wish it had this. Or I wish you could change characters. And then, like, within, like, 5 days, they had that update.
Wow.
Like, I mean, I think it's more of a statement of, like, yeah, they know what makes the game good. And so they're actively trying to put those features in.
I got a private message on Blue Sky.
Oh, yeah, I heard about this.
From Keanu Reeves himself.
Wow.
Hi. I'll read it for you all because I don't know how to respond. I don't know how to help. I'm trying to figure it out. Hi, this is Keanu Reeves. I've been made aware by my management that someone might be impersonating me on Blue Sky and other social media. So I wanted to reach out to you directly, to me, to assure that this is my private fan page account. Can you please tell me more about the message you received from this Impersonators?
Oh.
I'd love to clear up my confusion and connect with you directly.
Wow. So there's Impersonators out there?
Impersonators pretending to be Robbie Williams.
No, Keanu Reeves. They're not trying to be Robbie
What did
Williams.
I say?
You said Robbie Williams.
I found a picture.
The Impersonators don't know who Robbie Williams is.
I found a picture of a dog online that looks like what our dog might look like when he's old.
I can barely keep up with with you right now.
I feel like that's what our dog might look like when he's old.
I guess.
Oh, so what he might look like when he's old.
Uh-huh.
Let's see if I got a picture
Why
of him.
would
Let's see if I got a picture of him now.
It's one of those things where, like, I always thought it would be really cool to have an app that shows you what your dog would look like if he was young.
It put the pictures in my folder of Remy like it knew.
Yeah, because it's the same color and it's a dog.
This is what he looks like now.
Young and vibrant.
Kind of looks the same. What do I do for Keanu, guys?
I can't keep up with this conversation. We really can't talk about one thing for more than 5 seconds. You all right? How's your headspace?
Headspace is good.
You need me to hold space for you?
Hold space for me.
I'll hold space for you right now.
Looking at this beautiful photo of Lindsay and I.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this.
Oh,
Wow.
Ryan took a real good photo of the 3 of us that
Beautiful.
I'll show you guys this really good photo that Ryan took of us. It's beautiful. It's really lovely. Look at this photo Ryan took of us.
Beautiful.
So it's, that's a good photo, a great memory that we'll have forever. So I'm grateful for that. Also, that people can only see movies suddenly now because they know the person it's about. How many people saw War Horse? You didn't know shit about that horse. Just pretend.
But that's the story of a horse.
Just pretend. This is the story of a monkey. Just pretend that if you're like, oh, I don't know who that is. Okay. Well, then just imagine in your mind brain that it's a movie about a pop star that you've never heard of before. And it's got music in it. The same guy made a movie about P.T. Barnum.
Don't get so upset about it.
The same guy made a movie about P.T. Barnum.
It's not worth it. It's not worth your blood pressure.
And people rushed out to see it.
It's not worth your blood pressure.
They were like, P.T. Barnum, now there's someone I know. There's someone who I'm aware of and I must see on screen. And he wasn't even an ape. So, Bobby Chase, has anyone seen Brutalist?
Not yet. I do want to.
I don't think I can do it.
But honestly, the fires really. I was just thinking about how, gosh.
You turned into Jennifer Coolidge.
Gosh.
Gosh.
We've totally even forgotten about when we booed Hulk Hogan. We hardly got any time to enjoy booing Hulk Hogan before the fire started.
I saw a funny clip recently about Hogan from, I want to say it was not that long ago, going like, he's like, no more alcohol, brother. I don't drink any alcohol anymore, brother. No, I'm clean and sober,
Was
brother.
he on ketamine?
No, I don't know, but he's like, nope, not a drop. And then he's like, come and drink Hulk Hogan American beer. So, you know.
Yeah.
Yep. Jesse Ventura was right. He tried to tell us.
You do a good Jesse Ventura.
Do I?
Don't you?
No, Patrick does.
Does he?
Patrick does a good Jesse Ventura. He does a better Jesse Ventura. He's basically male Coolidge.
Oh, Die Punk says, I bet Wolfman will be truly amazing this month. Have you seen the trailer for Wolfman?
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. Can we put it on? I'm really hopeful. I love a good January horror release. I think a lot of studios have identified. January used to be the
Spoiler alert! If you like to going clean on movies like I do,
used to be this dead zone. Now there's usually his nickname.
Yep.
Was the Body.
Jesse the Body Ventura.
Did he have that good of a body?
He was a big guy. I mean, he's like there he is. He had a good body, I would say.
Because that's big. That's a
Yeah, he's a big guy.
To call yourself the Body, like you are the body.
He's got the body. I'd say he was one of the more bodybuilders of the time. He definitely had. I mean, he's not juiced to the gills
like that one.
But I mean, like Hulk Hogan also.
But
those big arms. Remember, Arnold tricked him. You know the Predator story.
I know the Predator story. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then he's like he's like maybe more butt would be.
You want to see more butt?
I'd welcome it.
Like you want this body to have more butt on it, or you want to see pictures of his butt?
I don't want to shame him, but
there's some butt there.
Okay, you want more butt?
Look at this body. Look at that. See?
Are those bullet wounds? What is that?
Yeah. So the thing is, like, not. It depends on your. He's a big guy. Hulk Hogan was a big guy too, but then you have. It depends on how you think about it, because you have like Rick Rude, and he's just like look at this guy. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. Like that's a body.
Yeah, Ravishing Rick Rude. Yeah.
That's a body, right? But again, he's probably way smaller if you saw them side by side to Jesse Ventura.
Quick, look up Jake the Snake. Quick. That's the one.
This?
That's the one. That's the ideal.
Jake the Snake, here's the thing though, if you're standing next to this guy in 1989 or 1990, you'd probably be like, that's a big dude. You don't realize it because they're standing next to a bunch of other big dudes. But you might see him and be like, oh, that's actually a big guy.
Christopher Stoney says, James, are you aware that you are in the current Hitman elusive target? They keep saying it's Jean-Claude Van Damme, but nobody's buying that. Wait, maybe Google that.
In the current
Hitman. Google Hitman elusive target Jean-Claude Van Damme. Let's see what they're talking about. Claude.
What's the context for this?
Maybe it looks like you. I don't really see that.
Oh. Is it because he's a character model and they think
I don't really see that.
It's cause he's a guy with cheekbones. He's a white looking guy with cheekbones. Anyone who's got the white looking guy with cheekbones immediately gets sent to me. Don't steal his thunder though. Let this be Jean-Claude Van Damme's moment.
Mm-hmm.
Jean-Claude Van Damme, who I don't know if was in a movie with Jesse the Body Ventura.
We need to figure out what we're going to watch.
VLS7091 says, James is not French. Well, neither is Jean-Claude Van Damme.
He's Belgian.
Come on, guys. Get it together.
Okay, let's see.
Elle McPherson is the body.
Yeah, she's the body. She
Elle
was her
McPherson.
nickname too.
Yeah.
Do we watch A Perfect Murder tonight? Michael Douglas.
Thought we were going to watch Body of Evidence or
Michael
whatever.
Douglas, Gwyneth Paltrow, Viggo Mortensen, David Suchet.
Oh, David Suchet?
He's in
Poirot?
The Perfect Murder. Millionaire industrial Steven Taylor is a man who has everything but what he craves most, the love and fidelity of his wife.
Wow.
That's not
Good
really,
for
I mean,
him.
there's a long description there. That could be an option. Deja Vu with Denzel. That could be.
Uh-huh. Is it Tony Scott, Deja Vu?
Oh, probably. Let me see. Yeah, it's Tony Scott.
Nice.
So you know it's going to be good.
You know it's going to be nice. Anthony, thank you. Appreciate it. Die Punk says, can we watch Kung Fu Hustle? You can. I mean, we've seen it a bunch of times.
I've seen it many times. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Can't recommend it enough.
Great movie.
Yeah. Sing Sing, that came out this year and is probably some kind of Oscar contender.
Mm-hmm. Well,
We could
people
watch
are
Sing
saying
Sing.
people are saying it might have missed its window because it didn't get any like Golden Globe nominations, right?
Oh.
You want to talk about the Golden Globes?
Do people want us to talk about the Golden Globes?
I'm asking you.
I don't know.
Hey, listen, I forget that they're even there watching us.
There's always The Skeleton Key with Kate Hudson. There's Logan Lucky, which I've never seen, but is apparently very, very
We
good.
started watching Logan
Did we?
Lucky, but we didn't finish
What
it.
happened to us?
I think we fell
Were
asleep.
we ever so young?
I think we fell asleep. Best motion picture drama.
There's Girl You Know It's True, the Milli Vanilli story.
Huh? I know everything I need to know about that story.
We've seen Honora, which I agree was very fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And was directed by Sean Miller, right? Who is a co-creator of like Greg the Bunny.
Mm-hmm.
Or Sean Baker. And which is so funny to me for him to go from, you know, that world to he's making all these I would say that they're like social dramas really. They're class dramas in a sense too.
Out of best motion picture drama, from what you've seen, what's your pick?
Well, I've only seen one movie.
Two.
I've seen one movie on this Conclave.
I've only seen 2 movies on this.
I do want to watch Nickel Boys.
So
I want to watch The
Conclave.
Brutalist.
No Dune Part 2? You never finished Dune Part 1.
I never saw Dune Part 2.
You didn't finish Part 1.
Yeah. So I guess I go with Conclave. Conclave, to me, Conclave, in my opinion, is a very safe and traditional movie, despite, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but having some themes and messaging to it, which could be perceived as being controversial to some people. But I do think it is more of like what you tend to see.
Some of my favorite movies always end up being movies that... Oh, our camera turned off. Oh, well.
What is it going to do now?
It's fine. They just have to look at a black circle, I guess.
Was it not going to turn back on?
I don't know. We'll see.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's fine. Just imagine... Hold on. Wait.
James, you got to fix this.
Hold on. I'm going to try and fix it.
You're too handsome to be off camera.
Let me try and fix it. Keep talking. Keep talking.
Okay.
Keep talking.
I'll describe how James looks. He's got stunning, sparkling blue eyes, a strong brow,
Go on.
strong jaw,
Uh-huh.
perfect cheekbones.
There we go. All right. We fixed it.
His hair does this kind of Superman-like sweep, like Christopher Reeve on his forehead.
Oh, that
Broad
sounds
shoulders.
nice.
Someone said he's fixing the bodysuit. Oh no.
All right. There we go. We'll do that for now.
Okay, well.
I think the battery died or something. It's plugged in, so who knows. I was going to say, I like movies when it seems like on paper it'd be an extremely boring story, but then it's really compelling. And Conclave on paper seems really boring. A bunch of people are electing a new pope, but then it was really compelling. And also Ray Fiennes was real good. On this list, we saw more on this list. We saw them all except for Amelia Perez.
Yes.
So best
oh my
picture
gosh,
musical.
this is a tough one. Probably Anora or The Substance.
Mm-hmm.
Though I am in the camp that I did think Wicked was a really objectively good movie.
Okay, well, objectively, you can't say objectively. It's a movie.
I'd say it's objective.
You can't say objective.
You can't say that movie's not good.
You can.
The talent in it, but in front of and behind the camera. Come on, people.
Mm-hmm. I would probably go of this list. I'd probably go The
Subby.
Substance.
You got to go the subby.
And then number 2 would be Anora, probably. I liked Challengers, but it didn't. I know for some people it like hit them. It was like candy for them, and I didn't feel that way necessarily.
I didn't find anyone but Zendaya attractive enough.
Wow. Well, yeah, I agree. Best motion picture animated.
Okay, so
this is easy for me.
we've seen 4 out of the no,
Yeah.
we've seen 4 out of
Yeah,
the 6
4.
of these. Though I've heard Flow is really good.
It won.
Nicole saw Flow and really liked it,
I have a hard time believing it's better than Memoir of a Snail,
which is a
one
masterpiece.
of my favorite movies of the whole year.
Yeah.
So there's that.
The new Wallace and Gromit was great.
New Olsen.
And
I liked Wild Robot.
It's very moving.
I liked Wild Robot. My only note on Wild Robot was that it was like good, or it was great, and then there's like an extra like 40 minutes.
Yes.
Like I was like, oh, you could just end it here, and then there's an extra 40 minutes that never get as good as the first.
Yeah. Nick Lawton wants to know where your T-shirt's from. It's an Angel City FC T-shirt.
My T-shirt or your T-shirt? Is it because you can see me smiling into it?
Mm-hmm. Angel City ACFC.
Mm-hmm.
It's the soccer club here in Los Angeles. I will say, Moana. Did you see the lawsuit?
I did.
The former animator is suing Disney, claiming that the concept of Moana was stolen from them.
I didn't read the article or the lawsuit. So if I'm repeating things that are incorrect, it's because I only read reactions to it
I see.
on the internet. I'm adding that preface.
I looked at the article.
But what I saw, and correct me if I'm wrong, it wasn't a Disney animator. It was a DreamWorks animator.
DreamWorks, because, and it was to the executive at DreamWorks, yes, is now an executive at DreamWorks, but I don't know if they were at Disney at the time or what.
I don't think they were, which seems really far-fetched, and a lot of the things that were cited about being the same, I had a hard time imagining a movie on that subject matter not being
That's
the same.
your opinion, man.
Also, it was going around, they were suing for like $2 billion or something, which I thought was crazy.
They were suing for 10% of the overall gross the movie has accumulated.
Yeah, but $2 billion is not even...
I think it was more than that. I think they were suing for like 80 million or something. Like,
I said $2 billion.
They were suing for, I believe, 10% of everything that the Moana franchise has made.
Yeah, but I think the number was like $2 billion.
Yeah, and that's 10%.
No, there's no way that Moana made...
So that includes...
You're saying Moana made...
That includes home video, that includes merchandising, that includes theme park.
There's no way Moana has made...
So they're suing for $10 billion.
$10 billion. So they're saying the Moana franchise has made $100 billion? There's no way.
I mean...
I don't even think Disney's made $100 billion.
What?
I don't think Disney's made $100 billion.
Look, I'm just telling you what some guy on the internet said.
Disney revenue 20.
They're not going to tell you what they're making, James.
So Disney in 2023 made $90 billion.
Mm-hmm. And they were suing for $10 billion, which Moana came out. There's been 2 movies now, and it came out
2016.
So it's had almost a decade of the cumulative revenue.
I just don't think there's any way that math makes any sense. So Moana accounts for like 20%?
So Woodall is seeking damages worth 2.5% of the gross revenue of Moana, equivalent to $10 billion, and an order banning further infringement of his copyrights. And again, like, it's not just movie gross. That would be like...
I know merchandising and everything, but I don't know. I mean, hey,
I don't know, James.
shoot your shot.
This is what,
shoot your shot.
This is what
Shoot your shot, and if
the
they rip you off, I
independent
hope you
business
get
standard and
I hope you get everything back. But that seems
this is what Entertainment Weekly is
crazy to
is
me.
reporting. People Magazine.
I know that's what they're reporting. I saw that. I just think that's crazy to think about. That's like, oh, well, there's a Moana character at Disney World, so that means all the revenue that Disney World makes must be part of the Moana revenue.
So they're suing for $10 billion, which is 2.5%.
Crazy. So yeah, that's even more, 2.5%.
I thought it was 10%, but it's 2.5.
So that would mean it's.
But they made even more on the movie. Yeah.
I think that they're shooting the moon. Hey,
We should have gotten into the Moana
hey,
business.
if they got ripped off, let them get it.
Daniel Youngblood says James looks absolutely terrifying in the thumbnail. Always had a hunch he was a reptilian.
What are you talking? I don't know what you guys are talking about. It's just a still, and then our camera froze. The camera froze.
Maybe you should try the camera
To unfreeze it?
to try it again.
I can try. I'll try, I guess. I'll try and unfreeze it if I can, but ain't no saying if it will work, you know. Ain't no way we'll know if it works. We'll have to see if it. See, it's.
I guess it
there it
didn't
is.
work.
It's back.
I
Oh,
don't
it's
think
back.
it worked.
Yeah, it worked. It's back. See, it's moving again. But it might freeze again.
No,
so
but
be
your face
careful.
looks exactly the same.
Okay. All right. Very mature.
So this is best performance by a female. I was so happy that Demi Moore won.
Mm-hmm.
So happy.
I guess Mikey Madsen. I haven't, and Cynthia Erivo. I guess I've seen some of these performances.
He's great in A Different Man. Sebastian Stan.
Yeah.
That movie is excellent as well.
Hugh Grant was great in Heretic, though.
He was.
Gabriel Abel. He was Lorne Michaels. Yeah, he was good.
I would have been happy with Hugh Grant too.
Interesting. It's always so interesting. The Golden Globes are so interesting. Sometimes you see these and you're like, I never would have thought that would be like on like the list of.
Did you just skip Best Supporting Actress?
I was just scrolling down to see what was next.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I think Margaret Qualley was good, but I don't think she was as good as Demi Moore.
I think I would have given it to Ariana.
I haven't seen, obviously, as we mentioned, I haven't seen some of these other ones, but we both remarked at how good Ariana Grande was in that. But I think sometimes it's a judgment call, because one of the things that stand out to me is I go, could someone else have played this role? If they had done this, would they have made similar choices? Or would they have, like, I don't know, I haven't seen the original depiction of the character in the musical or anything like that, so I don't know. But it felt like she had a very unique sense. It is interesting how these aren't the photos of the winners. It's just like a photo. Okay, so I guess people like The Brutalist. People like The Brutalist.
Which, did I have The Brutalist as one of my movie choices for Vulture's competition?
I don't remember.
I think I may have.
All right, well. Clearly we're losing eyes on the prize. I don't know.
We gotta figure out what we're watching tonight.
That people should be telling you. I did like this score for Challengers.
Mm-hmm.
I did think that was a very fun score.
Trent Reznor's score never misses.
Twisters didn't win cinematic and box office achievement.
Well, we could watch Flow.
Yeah, we could watch Flow. In the rain or in the snow, got the funky flow.
Flow, Sing Sing.
Best television drama, Shogun. Yeah, I like that.
Moana 2.
Squid Game. Oh, Squid Game 2? That's interesting. came out on the 26th. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I
We
can't
could
keep track of
We
it.
could watch the War of the Rohirrim.
How
Has
do you-
anybody watching this seen War of the Rohirrim? I have not.
How do you feel about The Bear continuing to be nominated in the comedy category?
It's a stress simulator.
I think in the first season there were a couple things that I was like, oh, that's like funny. That's a funny interaction. And then, but the second season I didn't feel like I have any comedy in it. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I would categorize it that way. I think there's lots of movies that just kind of get displaced because no one quite knows how to categorize them. There's no horror category.
Would
There
that be
should be.
drama?
Yeah,
that'd be
there
drama.
should be.
Just throw it in the drama.
There's something that horror does that drama does not do.
What if it's a drama, not quite a drama, not quite a thriller?
A driller?
A driller? Or a thrama?
A drama?
A bone collector, as it were?
We could watch Venom Last Dance.
I guess we could.
Over Sing Sing, Flow.
William says more like Boar of Rohirrim.
Oh, I was worried about that. I guess we'll just have to watch Teaching Mrs. Tingle.
We can have this conversation off stream.
I thought they would help us.
They were. They said more like Boar of the Rohirrim. Too many projects that deserve nominations but are left out because no category. Mark O'Sullivan said, Bone Collector's so good. Mark, you must have just arrived here. We started this whole stream talking about how it's not, but...
No, I enjoyed it.
But no, we said that it's not good, but we enjoyed it. I would never describe it as good.
Why not?
Because it's not. I don't think... It's the kind of thing where if it's accidental... That's why I don't give, like, M. Night Shyamalan's newer movies credit, even though it's like, you can shout at the screen or whatever. I think if it's accidental, it's unintended consequence that you're entertained by it due to the missteps by the people involved in making it, that I don't give you credit for making something good.
Oh, you should show them the Jimmy Hollywood.
I was just going to post it, but...
Oh, you haven't yet.
I haven't posted it.
I thought
but
you did. Okay.
I don't know. I could. I'll show you
Show,
guys
give
here.
a preview.
I gotta find it. Talk.
Mr. Manley says make a poll of the movies on your list, Elise. That's a good idea. Should I describe James's appearance again? That seemed to work pretty well. He's got a...
This is a picture that I took recently. We went to the Hollywood Forever Cemetery and found that. People go, they see that and they go, you should move on. You shouldn't rely too much on your old jokes. And I go, what? But everyone else makes those jokes at me. They go, no, you should make new jokes. You don't need to rely so heavily on your old bits.
Do you think that I could go to the U.S., the Navy or the Army and try to apply to go and entertain the troops as Lou?
USO?
Yeah, as a USO performer, but as Lou.
The way you're describing it, like you walk into the recruitment offices.
No, I
And
send them
offer to
some
do it?
tape. I send them some tape.
Like VHS tape?
And I say, do you want me to go and entertain the troops as Lou?
No, I don't think that would work. I think if you sent them the tape as Lou,
I could do them.
and you were like, hey, get me done.
What about a full showcase of all my characters?
What characters is that? Can you name them?
Spooky Tony Tofu,
Uh-huh.
Lou, the Teary,
Uh-huh.
Graham Reaper,
Uh-huh.
Gwen Stefani,
Okay.
Colonel
Dion?
Sanders,
Colonel
Celine
Sanders, yeah.
Dion.
There's that guy who's making really good money touring as Dr. Phil.
Really?
He's doing comedy shows. He's touring as Dr. Phil. He's a comedian.
How is he not getting sued? How's he not getting sued?
I guess because it's pretty obviously not Dr. Phil.
I see.
So I guess you can't claim the lawsuit is that, but he's making good money.
That was a very 90s thing where you would go and you'd do a bunch of characters, right?
I guess. Was it Was it a 90s thing specifically?
I would need a full crew, because the swap time that I would have between characters, I would need at least, 5, 6 wardrobe, hair, and makeup backstage, waiting for me to, to do the swap, like on SNL.
Yeah.
When they're swapping characters. Bailey Yeager, thank you so much, says, I would love to hear if y'all have seen Better Man and why James absolutely loved it. So we talked about it a little bit earlier, but we talked about it in last week's stream.
There's a missing period in here. It's seen Better Man and why James. Period. Absolutely loved it.
I see.
Uh-huh.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we talked about it last week.
Yeah.
So that would be, I think, the video to go watch.
But no one wants to hear that again. They're tired of me ranting about it. Adam Ray is the comedian who does Dr. Phil. So you could do Colonel Sanders. You could do a Colonel Sanders live show where you have people on and you feed them chicken.
I won't get sued by the estate?
You feed them chicken.
You
If
don't
it's
think?
clearly parody, what are they gonna do?
Maybe it's a biography. I did go through the life.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Okay, you got me thinking. You got me thinking here.
Yeah.
You've got me wondering.
So maybe that's what you got to do.
I don't think I could get people to come out to see me do a live show like that.
Real quick, let's see. Put a 1 in chat if you would come out to see at least do a live.
Come out
Colonel
where? They don't
Sanders
even
show.
know where.
In chat, anywhere. You travel anywhere on planet Earth to see it. Let's see how many people.
Could I
Count the
sustain
tickets.
it? Could I sustain it?
Count the tickets like that time we were in the bar and you started counting heads to see if it was a fire marshal risk. If we were at occupancy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Well, what number
Look
do
at
they?
all.
But here's the thing: what number do they put if they wouldn't see it?
They abstain from numbers.
I'm seeing a lot of abstaining here.
Well, how can you see the abstaining? They wouldn't.
I'm seeing other numbers.
Okay, well, maybe they wouldn't be there, or maybe they'd be there that many times. 7 is a 1 7 times. Look how many tickets you'd sell.
These people ain't gonna come.
They'd come.
I'd have to gosh, there's so much. I mean, you've given me a lot to think about.
Okay. Put a 2 in chat if you would watch Elise on stage try and come up with funny answers for trivia questions that I write for her and others.
They're gonna lie. They're gonna say put the 2 in.
This is a real test because I'm gonna write down all their names.
I appreciate
and if they don't buy
silent
tickets, I'm gonna find them.
Silent Apocalypse being realistic. If it was within a 1 hour drive, yes.
Oh, 1 hour.
I appreciate that.
Where do you live? Silent Apocalypse. We'll come to you. We'll come to you. Anything to sell them ticks.
And some I'm seeing here too, oh wait, Red says Robin Williams is reincarnated. No, Robbie Williams. Here's the thing.
Okay.
Is this just another ploy from you, houseman, homeman, to get me out making money, working?
I think you should have as many revenue streams as possible.
No, I know you do.
Because you know what I love to do? Scoop of the cash. Scoop of the cash.
Oh no.
Scoop of the cash. Push it back. You ever see a sea turtle digging the hole to bury its eggs in? You know how it flicks the sand out of the way?
That's gonna be you.
That's what I do with my PlayStation 5 controllers.
Mr. Manley says I would come watch James wrestle.
Well, you might get a chance to. Within 1 hour of you.
No, they live across the country, they said.
Oh, well then no, they're not gonna. I don't think that they're gonna come out to watch me wrestle.
You're supposed to wrestle this Friday.
Friday, got a match. They got a match. They said, hey, we noticed people just don't care about the show when James Angel isn't there. Nobody cares. They need you. Last time you were there, they were chanting for you. Crying, tears.
Who
Children in the
was?
front row weeping because they thought James Angel was going to be there. Well, guess what? I take pity on you, and I will come, and I will defeat whoever they put in front of me as a fun little gift for you. Maybe along the way we get some selfies, we get some snaps, get something for the gram, you know?
Captain Stark says, James, did you watch The Iron Claw?
I did. So did you.
I'll be silent on this one, though.
Why?
It was not. The question was not posed to me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's only a curious
they
about
don't
James.
want to know. I did watch it. I liked it. I thought it was very depressing. Very depressing, and which is a lot considering how much they had to cut out from the real life tragedy of that family. So that's a beautiful story. Where are the matches held? Beautiful Chatsworth, California.
But you shit on Chatsworth a lot while you're
I don't
performing.
shit on Chatsworth. I just describe Chatsworth as it is. Is that if that's you, if you're interpreting that as me shitting on it, then that's on Chatsworth. If I'm just reading out loud the Wikipedia of Chatsworth, California, and you're saying, hey, quit being so harsh, that's just Chatsworth. That's just science, baby. Okay?
The science of Chatsworth.
You're going to blame the economists? Huh? You're going to blame the sociologists? No. You're going to blame Wikipedia? No. Can't blame me. Chatsworth consists entirely of a population of losers. Not my words. Not my words. What's the loser demographic of Chatsworth? 95% of the people living in Chatsworth are losers.
Why are you dunking on Chatsworth?
I'm reading the wiki.
Tyler McCullough, at least did you watch The Iron Claw? I did, Tyler. Thank you for asking. And wow, what a
Doesn't
family!
care about your
what
thoughts.
a family tragedy, and just you know, we talk a lot about how we're big Bret Hart fans growing up, and if you know anything about Bret Hart and his family's legacy and about his father Stu Hart and the Dungeon, and then of course their wrestling family of, you know, British Bulldog married into it, but then Owen Hart and his tragic end, like looking at some of these obsessive families where wrestling was everything, and especially the kids were driven to a point of toxicity, is wild. And the movie not even including the other brother, because they were like, there's just too much death. What does that say?
Yeah.
You don't have room
In a 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
Don't Click says, I saw Casa Bonita, mi amor. It was great. Thanks for the recommendation.
Oh, yeah. It like I said, I could have watched 10 hours of that. It's so compelling.
Yeah.
I just feel like I could rewatch it again.
You messaged them, said, send me the raw footage.
Send me the raws, yeah.
Send me the raw tape.
Send me the tape. Send me the dailies. I'll check it out. Are you going to do any cool moves this Friday? Any new moves?
Any new moves? I don't know.
Is it just going to be the same old dank?
The same old, you mean the stuff that gets me the win? Is that what you're talking
Because
about?
you won one time.
I'm currently undefeated, yes.
No, you lost the first time.
But I'm currently undefeated. Currently undefeated. 'Cause the other one doesn't count.
Why doesn't it count?
It doesn't count.
Why not?
Because it was a surprise entrant match. It was not
No,
a
you
promoted
planned it for
match.
weeks.
It's not a promoted match.
You planned it for weeks.
I didn't plan anything. What are you talking about? I saw that there was an open challenge, and I said, maybe I'll go out there and warm up with this guy a little bit. Ultimately, decided didn't want the belt, because then they were like, hey, just so you know, you win that belt, you're gonna have to come back next week. And I said, that doesn't work with my schedule. I might be on a yacht next week. So then I said, no, I don't want to. So then basically I got to the point where I could have won the match, and I said, all right, I'll let the guy keep the thing. So that match doesn't count. But then when I went in there and I said, okay, I'm going to have an actual match with Busio, I believe your team Busio, I won. And so that's when the counter starts 1-0 from that point. See what I'm saying? You understand?
You know what I think? You know how Roddy Piper, he passed down the Rowdy moniker to Ronda Rousey? I think more wrestlers should do that.
Pass down the moniker?
Pass down their moniker, especially because, you know, obviously that age of the legends, they're all, you know, I mean, there's so many dead wrestlers. We did 2 episodes of 30 more minutes about it, of course, which I'm sure many of you know. But the old guys that are now just getting a little bit too old to wrestle, they're retiring or whatever. I think you pass down the moniker.
James the Body Willems. James the
You?
Body Willems.
Because you got butt?
I get Ravishing James the Body Willems.
But there's no alliteration.
Ravishing James the Body Angel. How's that about the snake?
What about the snake? I think it should be like, what was Doink the Clown's
But he
thing
was
that
Doink the Clown. What do you mean? He was Doink the Clown?
You should be James Doink.
Doink the Clown did pass his moniker.
Really?
There were several Doinks. And a
Oh.
Dink.
I know, remember Dink, of course.
Yeah. But there were like, I think 2 or 3 Doink the Clowns.
Well,
So he's an example of someone who did.
Jake the Snake, it could be like Rhonda Anaconda.
Oh, okay. So
I could
not an
become
actual-
Rhonda Anaconda.
You could be Rhonda Anaconda.
Because it keeps the snake theme
Why are
going.
you Rhonda?
Rhonda Anaconda the snake.
I think we go Ravishing James, the snake body angel. And I slither around. James the
Oh.
Rock Willems
Papa Shanka.
Papashango.
Oh, Papa Shango. I read that wrong. Someone wrote.
James the Body. Zane. Roman Reigns Angel.
Gonzalez.
The Snake. Guerrero. That's it. I think we nailed it. If you want to see Ravishing James, the body, the snake body,
Snake buddy.
Ravishing James, the snake body,
Tube.
Angel, Guerrero, come to Chatsworth Friday night. Okay?
We won't tell you where in
And
chat.
watch him make short work. Google the Boulder Dash. Boulder Dash in Chatsworth.
Boulder Dash, yeah.
Yeah, Google the Boulder Dash in Chatsworth. And I'll see you there Friday night. Well, I probably won't see you there. I'll be too busy looking into the spotlight.
Just the. Do you mean
But
the?
I want to hear the chants for me. It's a real easy chant.
Everyone boos you.
Ravishing snake body Guerrero
That's the chant.
James Angel.
Are you gonna have James Angel merch?
I do, but you're the only one who has it.
I see.
So yeah, thanks. That's it. That's the check-in. Nice working with you.
Nice working with you.
Nice
too.
working. Will I see you there? Will I see you at the show?
Why are you giving me?
Will I see you at the show?
Yeah,
I'm giving you the Iggy.
I need somebody to give me to drive me there.
Oh yeah.
Because if you're gonna drive yourself.
I'm taking the limo, so that won't be
Okay.
available
Well,
to you.
yeah. All right.
I'll be taking the limo there. They send the car for me.
I won't have a car, so
They send the car for me when they want me to show up, so I appreciate
I
that.
need to get a ride.
Yeah. I wish I could send the car for you, but you're not a wrestler. You don't have a nickname.
Rhonda Anaconda.
Why are you Rhonda? I don't understand.
Because it rhymes with anaconda.
Elise Mysterio Willems Jr.
Junior. Who's the junior from?
Rey Mysterio Jr.
Oh.
He gave you his junior too.
Elise Vachon.
Like Luna Vachon?
Mysterio. I'm trying to think of
Elise-
other wrestler nicknames.
Elise Mark Marrow. Elise the Cat Miller Willems.
Elise the Cat, $1 Million,
Ted DiBiase.
Virgil,
And then
Willems.
also Virgil, the $1 Million Belt champ.
Big Rhonda Anaconda. It's a great name.
Is it? I don't know.
Wait till you see her show up at Money in the Bank. Okay? Elise
Uh-huh.
Money in the Bank.
There should be no money in the bank.
Captain Stark wants to know, James, how do you hype yourself up before a match?
I don't really need to. Just wait for the music to hit, and then I just go out there, do my thing, come back in.
I see you praying through the curtains.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it looks like to you. What's actually happening is I'm accepting the prayers of my fans. So
What? No
yeah,
one's praying
they
for you.
pray for me. So that's what that is.
No one's praying for you.
That's why they don't cheer, is because they're too busy.
Disco Inferno, Elise.
You don't want that.
Oh no,
moniker.
I definitely don't want that one.
You don't want that moniker.
Test.
Test.
Give me Test.
Yeah, great. Test. Paul White.
Big Show, Elise.
Elise Big Show Willems. Mysterio Jr. Conan. All right. I think we've gotten to the point where we've wasted everyone's time entirely enough. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching.
If you're in LA, stay safe out there.
Stay safe. If you're able or you're interested in donating, the link is pinned in there. It's also in the description. And that's just it's a link to an article that has a lot of resources for places to donate if you're looking to donate. And yeah, we'll see you soon.
See you next week.
See you next week. Bye, everybody.